Hi guys, welcome to Golden Wings Angel Card Readings. Today we're going to continue with our July and August life purpose and career readings for the sign of Scorpio, Sun, Moon, or Rising. I'm going to be pulling cards from the Archangel Power Tarot by Doreen Virtue and Bradley Valentine, by the Angel Tarot by Doreen Virtue and Bradley Valentine. I'm going to be pulling a card from the Life Purpose deck by Doreen Virtue and a card from Healing with the Fairies by Doreen Virtue as well. As a special note, in order to save time with all of these life purpose and career readings, I have done all of my praying and asking for spirit guidance from my angels to really be able to understand and grasp what they're telling me off camera, along with my shuffling, so that I can get straight to your readings and straight to the interpretation part, and you won't have to spend 30 to 40 minutes with me while I'm shuffling right now to make sure that I pull the correct cards and give you the correct message. Okay, so far I pulled, we have the Queen of Gabrielle on the left hand side, top row. In the middle, we have 5 of Ariel. And then on the right hand side, we have the King of Raphael. And then I had a jumper card that jumped out that decided it needed to come along, which was the 6 of Raphael for this reading. And it kind of jumped along right by the King of Raphael, so I've left it there. On your bottom row, we have the 8 of Fire, and we have Major Arcana Energy, Life Experience in the middle, and another Major Arcana Energy, the Emperor, at the bottom right. For both decks, we have at the bottom of the deck the base energy for the reading. We have the Page of Air, and we have the Ace of Michael. Okay, so to give you an idea of how this looks to me, on the top row you have the Queen, then right in the middle you have your 5, then we have the King and the 6 were riding together because the 6 jumped right out and attached itself to the King. So a Queen and a King and a 5 and a 6. I thought that was kind of interesting. And then on our bottom row, we basically have the 8 of Fire and then some pretty heavy Major Arcana. Okay? And that's how it looks as I'm sitting here on your far right. Okay, Scorpio. So, again, this is Scorpio, July and August 2017 Sun, Moon, or Rising, and this is your career and life purpose reading. So, up top here, we have the Queen of Gabrielle. And the text here says, you can do anything right now, go after what you want, the ability to attract helpful people. So whether this is you yourself and your own energy that you're creating, or whether this is another person coming towards you, this is very helpful energy for you at this time. This is a very creative energy, and it's a strong financial card as well. So if you're looking to anybody coming into your life that has these qualities as kind of a mentor, that's a good way to go. Or if you yourself are drawing on these energies, it's also going to help you with your life purpose and career. In the middle, we have a bit of a challenge card, 5 of Ariel. And this card is all about trying to do things too much on your own, not being willing to delegate or accept help from others, as well as a feeling of lack. So the card in and of itself is a 5, which is a change card. And usually by the time you get to this card and you draw this card, it usually means that you're coming out of this. And by recognizing it, it certainly will take away some of its challenge energy. So what this card is really saying is that there are other people around you who will help you and can help you, but you can't be so proud that you can't ask. It's also a card of financially feeling like what you want to pull off right now, it's not necessarily saying that you have no financial capability to do anything, but what you want to pull off right now may not be possible. There may be a delay because your finances are not in order for you to do this, and it's causing you to feel really down and really discouraged about the entire thing, when you don't need to be down and discouraged about it. It's not permanent, it's just temporary, whatever's going on here. But your focus on it, your constant focus on it, can create some self-fulfilling prophecies. So you don't want to be so focused on that lack and so focused on what's not happening that what you really want can't manifest. Okay? On the right hand side here we had King of Raphael. The text reads, yes, it's safe to trust the ability to accomplish many things at once. Follow your creative passions. Now again, this can be you or this can be somebody coming into your life. If it's somebody coming into your life, know that this is a trustworthy counsel. So if you're asking anybody for advice, or you need advice from anyone, or you already have a mentor, or there's somebody that comes into your life that's like that, know that this advice is going to come from a loving space, and it's going to be trustworthy, which is always kind of important to know when you're taking advice from somebody, that they actually care about what's going on. If it's you and it's your own energy, this is a very creative person. This person right here is mature, but they're mature in the sense that they know what they like and they know what they love, and that has to do with the arts, music, healing. I mean, anything that has to do with love and self-love and creativity, that's what this card energy is about. Now, I'm going to flip it and say that this is what was on the other side of that card, which is the Six of Raphael. And it's interesting because the text on this card says, embrace your inner child, new friends or rekindled relationships, children or childhood. What I get from this card though, and what the angels are really telling me, is that in the placement that it's in and how it came out, is this is you experiencing a great deal of nostalgia right now. There's something going on in your life with your career or life purpose that has you really looking back, or feeling there's something that you're doing that's kind of a deja vu, or a feeling that you've been here before, or something that has you looking back kind of with nostalgia. The pleasantness of this card is being able to look back at possibly your own childhood, or things that are around you in the recent past, or things that you've done in your lifetime that you appreciate. The only challenge with this card is don't get stuck there. It's the angels are saying, don't start thinking about nostalgia and paint it with such rose-colored glasses that everything in your present doesn't look as good as spending time in your past. Okay? This card is also a card that talks about dealing with your inner child. So if you have a creative endeavor, which I think is very interesting with this, because remember, this, the King of Raphael, is all about creativity. Okay? And this card is all about your inner child. So this card is saying, what is it that you really want? This may be a really good time to go back inside yourself and ask your inner child and do some inner child work. You can do that by journaling. You can do that by meditating. You can do that by asking your archangels for help. This is Archangel Raphael. And you can ask them to help you with inner child work, where you ask your inner child, what is it that you're trying to tell me now that I need to know so that I can move forward, make you happy, or resolve something from the past that happened in order to create a really strong future for myself. Okay, on the bottom row, we have the Eight of Fire. And the Eight of Fire is a lot of activity, sudden movement, bursts of movement, a lot of things coming at you. This is a high passion, high energy card. It's one of those cards where there's so much stuff going on that sometimes you can't really get yourself grounded to be able to figure out what's really coming at you. So the good news is, if there are delays or there's certain things that are not happening, this is a high energy card. So many things going on, so many things getting started. In the middle here we have 16, which is life experience. And this is akin to the Tower in the regular tarot deck. And this, what I get from this card is, this card, if you've been wanting to make changes in your life, and for whatever reason you're like, well, I can't do that for financial purposes, or I can't follow my heart because I have a family that counts on me, or I can't just follow my heart because I'm not comfortable with change, like I'm a person that's just not comfortable with change. This card here is an outside external nudge to change. So when this card appears, it usually means that you've been internally wanting change and externally not being able to make that leap. And this card here is, let's call it a gentle nudge from the outside universe to have that change occur. So since that change is probably going to occur, and there's going to be some kind of change, some people can consider it an upheaval just because change is hard for people. Some people embrace change, they love it, it's exciting. For others of us, change is frightening. Change is frightening. You feel like you can't get grounded. So make sure that you take a few deep breaths and practice some grounding exercises. If you're interested in crystals at all, smoky quartz crystal is a very good grounding crystal, and you might want to carry that in your pocket. Get a little tumbled stone and carry it in your pocket. Or you might want to wear, there's a lot of opportunities to purchase smoky quartz necklaces. So if you're not interested in jewelry, then you can still get the necklace and just set it in your pocket for a little while, because it'll help you ground while you're going through these changes that may feel a little bit overwhelming. Okay, it's not a bad card. In fact, the changes from this card, this is a very healing card, and it's a card that says that these are changes that need to happen to you in order for you to actually realize your dreams. Sometimes there are some of us who just can't go after our dreams, unless an outside influence comes in. And so it's not a negative card in the sense that if it's going to happen and you can embrace it and you can work with it and work through the energies, you'll be so much happier afterwards that you did this. Afterwards, there'll be some relief. And then on the right-hand corner, as just energy coming in, which is a really strong grounded card already, which is nice because it's saying that once it puts you through these changes, right, once you have a little bit of possible upheaval changes going on, then the stability of the Emperor card is right behind it, which for you, dear Scorpio, might be exactly what the doctor ordered, right? If life is going to put you through this card where something maybe unexpected happens, and you don't like unexpected things, let's face it, you don't like surprises of any kind. You're not a surprise sign, okay? You're a fixed sign. You're not a big change sign. You don't necessarily like surprises. So if you're going to have a surprise, just know that this energy is right behind it. Once you work through that energy, this energy is very stable. It feels very secure. It's all about stability, and it's stability energy, okay? It's also, though, saying that it's time to get organized, okay? So if you have something that you want to pull off in your, in the area of life purpose and career, okay, this card is saying in order to really pull it off, you maybe need some more organization than you've been doing, okay? So this card here, and let's pull this together now. This card is riding right underneath these two. Okay, let me get this where you can actually see it. Let me make sure I hide it so when I turn it around you can't see it when I'm trying to explain it. Okay, here we go. This card is at the base of these two cards. So you have a very creative person right up here. Well, the thing about creative people is that they're not always the most organized for meeting their goals. And then this card right here is all about nostalgia, going back in your past, looking to your childhood, feeling nostalgic, maybe having rose-colored glasses on about what happened in the past in your inner child. So if you stick yourself up in this realm, and you need to draw a little bit more on this energy here. And the reason you need to do that is because this energy here is what's going to ground whatever it is you want to create in these next 2 months for your life purpose and career. So if you're trying to get something new off the ground, these things are the ideas. These things will be the idea makers. But this card here will be the energy that sees the idea through to reality. And actually you need both. So what's great about this is that the universe has pulled these cards for you, and this is why we do these readings, to show you that you have both things. You have the creative side, or the creative mentor that's going to help you with this idea, or if it's a new job, if it's a new endeavor, or even reviving what job you have. You have your inner child that's going to pull up some really nice nostalgic feelings. These are not bad feelings. These are really nice feelings to kind of remind you of, it's kind of a walk down memory lane. It reminds you why you like the things you like. Why do you want to be creative? If you're a very creative person and you need love and creativity in your life, this card will remind you of the why. And knowing the why is sometimes very important to being able to pull off any kind of goal you have. Then this card right at the bottom is going to be how you're going to pull it off. So you have the why and you have the how, right? So get organized, Scorpio. Don't sit there and dream all day. Don't talk about all the things you want to do. Well, talk about them, dream about them, and then get to work, okay? At the bottom of our readings, we have a lot of air for the basis of our readings. We have the page of air right here under the 1 deck, which this card says challenging information, okay? Delays or changes of plans. Truth delivered without tact. This card here may very well be tied to this card here. You may get some information coming up that may create an aha moment, okay? You may get some information you're not totally thrilled with that may rock your world just a little bit, okay? And I will show you a few of the other cards I've pulled, because you have everything you need to get through any of this, okay? So whenever we have a reading like this, I want you to remember that you have easement energies and you have challenge energies. Neither one of these have more weight. It's just what you decide to focus on. So is this a challenge energy? Yes. Is this card here a card of lack challenge energy? Yes. Okay, it's a challenge. This card here, though, is an easement energy. It's how to work with those challenges to transform them. These two cards, easement energies, okay? These two cards, easement energies. We have a good, we actually have a good balance in this reading of easement energies and challenge energies, which again just says it's up to you then to keep your thoughts positive and keep moving towards your goal. If you get some information that's not great or somebody doesn't deliver it well, remember that it's not the messenger. Don't focus on the messenger. Just focus on the on the message and let it go. So the messenger is not important. It's the message you receive. If the message is not what you were expecting, a little bit out of the blue and challenging, that's okay, because you have enough other things going for you to solve the challenge. It's a solvable challenge. It's not one of those challenges that you can't fix. Now, the other thing here is the Ace of Michael. And the Ace of Michael is all about either one lightning bolt idea or many ideas coming to you that are very strong, very good ideas that sort of start in a challenge energy. And that means that there just could be bumps in the road straight off the bat, and they hinder your progress, which frustrates you. Now, this is any sign. If you get a great idea, this is a great idea, right? I want to start a new job, or I'm going to start a new career, or I'm going to go out on my own. I'm going to create something new. I'm going to take the job I have and reapply myself. If you have all this energy, and this is a really high passion energy card, and you start down the road, and then you get a message you don't want to hear, or you get a delay in finances, right? Fine, this can be finances, or this can be just anything, that sets you off your goal, okay? Or you get life experience that comes in and says, it's time to make a change, okay? It's frustrating, right? It's frustrating, but don't get bogged down with that. The good thing about this card kind of has challenge and easement energy to it, because the positive energy is this really strong thought energy that's going to come to your mind. If you've had lack of clarity, or you need to use this Emperor energy here, and you need to organize better, this will help. This is all about powerful thinking. Powerful thinking. The only thing it's saying is that usually with powerful thinking in this Ace energy, maybe it won't always be well received at first, or maybe there'll be a couple of challenges to your ideas that you hadn't thought of. So let's say you're all in creative mode. So you get in creative mode and you're like, oh my gosh, boom, I can do this, this, and this. And of course, when you're in the creative mode and you haven't put this in the mix yet to organize yourself, there may be a couple bumps in the road that you're not expecting that sets you off your goal and achieving it like that. And that's really all that card is about. Okay? Now, here is the cards I've been waiting for your reading. And this is the Life Purpose deck, and it says, make a decision based on your heart's true desires. Time to decide. Now, what I love about readings in general for people, and what I think is just so amazing about these cards is, hello. So here you have a card saying, for your life purpose, career, and highest good, you've been farting around on making a decision. You know what it is. You know what you haven't been doing. You know that you need to make a decision. Because, Scorpio, you're smart. You can say whatever you want to say about Scorpios. They're very clever, very intuitive. Half the time they know before anybody else knows what it is that's going on with them. So you've known this for a while. Okay, so this is this confirming this. But because you've known it and you haven't done anything about it, oh look, back of the card comes in. Because you haven't done anything about it, outside universe is saying it's time to change. Okay? So, in case you are missing the point at all, if there's anything, and usually it's the first thing that comes to mind, so just know if you're sitting there and you're thinking, what do I need to change? Oh my God, what do I need to do? Because I don't want to deal with this card that long. It's usually the first thing that came to mind when this card pops up. And so, if you don't know, if you truly don't know, and let's say it's stuck inside you, take a few deep breaths, go on a walk, start journaling, and ask the question, what decision is it that I've been procrastinating on, that I haven't made, that is now time to make a decision, because outside energies are coming in and going to force this decision, and if I make the decision now, it will keep me in this area less time, and that would be more pleasant at this juncture. And then I love this card. Who wouldn't like this? This is from your fairies. So this is fairy energy. We've had our life purpose with our angels. We've had our tarot decks. And now here is the fairies telling you financial flow. And this is interesting because what this is saying is that you have manifested a very good financial flow. And if you haven't seen it yet, it's on its way and it's coming. So take this card right here, which is a lack of financial flow, and know that this is on its way. So if you're feeling this now, shift your focus. and believe. Shift your focus and have some faith. You've been asking, you want to do this new thing. The universe knows this. God, your angels, spirit guides, animal spirit, they know what it is you want to do because you've put it out there in some way or shape or form. You put out a new goal, and you can see that from the reading. You have some sort of new idea that came to you. You started to put it into action, and you got a little discouraged right here, okay? You got a little discouraged. There may still be some news out there you haven't gotten yet that might discourage you further. So many things were going on, you couldn't get your head wrapped around it fast enough. This is going to come into play here, this change card. And so the thing I think is cool about it, Scorpio, is that in every single card here, there is a built-in solution. So for your life purpose and career coming up here for the next 2 months, you could make something happen if you want to. If you want to reinvent the job you're at, if you'd like to, I don't see like a huge, necessarily a huge move unless you want to, if that's the dream. If this is what you've been, what's the dream? What is it? Now I want to know, right? There's something you've been chewing on for a while. There's something you've been dreaming about that you've always wanted. I think it's creative. I think this is saying you've got it all put together to do. You've got an abundance of energy coming at you. But because you keep procrastinating and not admitting this dream, and when you started down the road, if you did admit it and you started down and you had a bump, you had another little bump, you had another little bump. They're just bumps. Get them out of your way. You know, I tend to think to myself, you know, you're stronger than this. That's what's coming to me. You're just stronger than this. You're stronger than these bumps that you're experiencing. You know, there are some signs that would get a bump in the road and it would throw them completely off their game, right? All forward momentum would stop. And it looks like you might feel like letting that happen, and you know you have those deep emotional waters. You might feel like you're not showing everybody what is really going on with you. You might really be dreaming something and be really bummed because you started it and it just didn't happen right off the bat. But I'm telling you, you're stronger than this. Every single challenge card here has an equally strong solution card to it. Solution energy. Okay, right? The cards are energies. All of these are energies. This Emperor right here is a great card. This is a great card for success, grounding, security. You just have to get organized, right? These two cards are lovely. I mean, this rush of love and creativity, you know, it's hard to really follow an idea through to its fruition when you can't feel like you're creative. So this is driving the idea, right? Very strong thought going on, whether you have some conflict or not. And then this is driving it, and this is driving it. Whatever it is that you dreamed about when you were younger, that you maybe wanted to see happen and it didn't happen, or something you're going to start asking yourself about, right? Because from this reading, you're going to know to go journal, take a walk, meditate a little bit, and ask that inner child, what do you want to tell me? What? The universe is behind you. Like, this is a beautiful card. I mean, look at this. I mean, this fairy is just wrapped in light and sunshine and stars. This is a very positive card. Okay, Scorpio, this was July and August 2017, life, purpose, and career. If something's not happening for you, or if a few things have happened to you, or if even a major thing happens to you, don't get bummed out and focus on what's wrong. Regroup. regroup immediately and start organizing. Make a plan. So if your plans get derailed in any way, shape, or form because of something that comes to you that you weren't prepared for, regroup immediately. Start making plans. Start remembering why you wanted to make these plans to begin with. And make that decision. I'll be back in September for September and October, Life, Purpose, and Career. And thank you so much for allowing me to read for you. If you have any comments, please leave them in the comments section. And other than that, love and light always. Thank you so much.